and she share no a baby a bit na say it was so.
She said, I just Asante Mayegu. Asante Mantiasi, Otumfuo Nyameke Setiasi dear. Then she said, I feel I just Asante Man to a trap and Sana Ibigu.
In Kutaria Mudi and about 150 Ghanaian students, no. It was not restricted to Zibia, Otumfuo na Akwa and Shishaye on the University of Memphis, you know, Asante Fon Kwala Ankwa.
And once again, Dr. Knisna Yatuma, as Sumami said, investigative work. Just last week, he said I should go to Memphis. So they didn't know that I was in Memphis last week. Because he said, Kwame, I want you to go and get a raw report. Because we are going to the king. We want to give the king an accurate report whilst the team is here. And so last week, I went to Memphis without informing any of you. And the report that I got was awesome. They call you mother. They call you father. They said now, the idea man here the crimes, they say Memphis school more. Omo eduane omo de man cry no. They say jollof rice e ba become.
Hey.
Mimwa kwaba eba Skeleton Man TV. So Skeleton Man TV ana wushi. So when you first timer any abomodi subscribe. Me notification ne so se ne anytime bia ye di video betumu no. One son sabekan no anya bia hwa uhwewia comment fa ho kire wa dwen efa video no mo busuan like a video no na share emo bia so anya bi hwe medase bebre abusuan beye 2 years nie ana Otumfuo osetutu the second abusuafo okopiem ewo Memphis USA nebusuafo na omu di festival bia ye fe no Memphis in May ana busuafo omu invite Otumfuo se onfa na nimonyam emeden emetai echire nebusua Otumfuo ekopiem hono no ana oni Memphis University enya nkutahudie bi na san nkutahudie no ana busua ekoba mu se Otumfuo enya scholarship ama 150 Ghanaians ebusua me se dey 150 Ghanaians omu nyina enye Asantefo nkoa na ebomu no from different tribes in Ghana. Other tribes na wo Ghana hanom no busua omu nyina eka ho bi sa 150 Ghanaians no me say enye Asantefo nkoa na ebomu no other tribes na busua wo Ghana hanom no omu nyina eka ho bi. Na scholarship no so ebusua enye one time enye one time premier na emomu no etuaso sa every year omu benya every year ombema scholarship no na de ye eni gye wo mu ni se Memphis University no omu mpanyimfo abepiemu o Ghana hanmu a omu say omu big announcement bi eyeden ema Otumfuo ebusuafo me say eye ni gye keke etimu de mumien covid no
Yababa din komo na scholarship secretariat enkomo na yababa din omene Memphis abusuafo a omufri ho aba na Yura Sante Kotokohene Otumfuo said to the second foundation no eso nkomo na yababa din adesuafo a mowo omamu nkanka mo a ntoaso school senior high school we na tertiary institution universities Momon come pa and everything. So about scholarship application and what goes into it. And everybody can. I mean, we can fa akwabanisi Dr. Kinsler my so na yemusa no kwasi wi ana afi no ya dan ye kete mane de ko ebusuafo ne ahoho ayi no mu ewufia no. Doc
Ayeba
machi
enia
abum to say
na me adom na mo e
na me adom eso ye ho ye pa. We are privileged this morning. Say enya ufia no na enya wo nko a na yensi amutie me omo no maso no modern kakra nti amini kan musa okra wo ye ne kasa yimu di ntia no pa mu ufia ansana eda ne ketre ma no kra
yo medase maminchia Kotokohen ne Asante man nyina Say oba Asante region we are seeing na opesa okasa na we are setting no fa ni serious a e won to me but media so na eso oba na be kasa say ha na nyame nsaye de e wo mu ti e ba ya eja yura bese 2022 ana onya akwanya yo afashe bia e wo United States of America Memphis in May and era koye no said nanom be ba ya mbeka ye no era penu tu kwan ya okwa odi bi ye den eba enti era koye no oba ye na otinte so gu that time no Minister for Energy amanzambo afọ napo se wakodi nkomo bi nti omra no ne ye mehwe na entu ho anamo nyame adom yetu anamo ama Memphis University America ojense nyina atomo amno kasai enam area Otumfuo say to adaromaso the Ghana for started call last year me no kasai Ghana for makoma be say 150 and enam open source omenya University of Memphis obusua de listen say area enam area so area de call no kwara no call mo so bo mo modern pa omakodi Ghana ho adanse papa ama Ghana fo ama America fo nyina hu se Ghana fo nim de Asante man nim de enti university no so omo se da bi se kotoko hia momo akwanya kese ama ede nkrofo nkoda ba ye tete wom first degree masters any PhD na ekoye dia omu ntime ntina America to omo se no so mo ba no mu area be dia dae no ma da area se ode enyansafo abrom se omra no mtete wo intene ibedu kumase a University of Memphis am vice president the delegation am vice president dia no de na tum se ekoye pa Memphis University be edi more than 100 years about 100
years
about 112 years na omotutu omonan a omoba yera na se any yera be dia adaye dia na chese yera na muntu no tu ye no aso mani pa ti ba yo mba be dia adaye e omanya kwanya nso e de Asante man ne Ghana se e bi se omo nhihye bebre enam ade a yera kofa ba yi omo nhihye bebre on person mo de bo Asante man ne Ghana man eno de eduma nhia ana e be di ho komo e de atodwa ama wi ase nyina ate enti on ba ye no ene maka na ne krakransem bebre so ye den e ka ho de bebre e be boa Asante man ne Ghana man.
Oh, okay. Nhihye no wo ebre bia e betwa na se eto so a
nhihye ndi agese Asante man egu Asante man ti ase Otumfuo nyame kese ti ase die nhihye ndi afebo agese Asante man to atwa ansana ebegu
ti nkutawria mudi na about 150 Ghanaian students no it was not restricted to Zambia Otumfuo na akoye ne hyehyeye one University of Memphis intino ya Asante fo nkwala anko a bia nya akonya ne bi
oh say erade obia erade na hini efrisro adenzo frisro ba obia tumi ye den ehwe bi enti ewra kofa bae no ma ya akonya Ghana ha ba bia obi bia o ye Ghana ni bia e wo ho kwan ba ye se ye kane ewi ase nyina hu se ewra na kofa bae enti de wa watwi ama afe no ya na o tiri se odi bibebo enti na ye ba ne ya ba de di kan se last year ye ba de ho hyehye no e betu nanim na ne de university for na nkansa no mse da bi no mo expect se ade papa sa betumi afiri Asante man ne Ghana ye den aba enti omo so ababo omo madwuma e koso a omo ntimi ntra America na hu be hia so mbeba na omo no yewra ba be di adaye enti obie Otumfuo obie mu ma Ghana ni bia na ze ne yi Otumfuo Educational Foundation ya ewo hoyi ewo ma Ghana fo ni ha e na no ko nkran hin hoyi so ko bie mu ho na no ko se ogwa fashe eruzo ko bie mu enti ewura do ho mo bia oye Ghana ni nko a wo pepa de obie sa kwanya no e ma Ghana fo nyina.
All right. abusuafo ma menka bo say ye ne Dr. Kingsley Ajiman ono na ye registrar of the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat na edi nkomo na nkomo ni nyina ne say nhye bia na nsɛn mu oni yewra etu kwan kɔ America abachimam no ne University of Memphis enya nkitahodie no emfaso a efiri mu baaye no na abusuafo na say ahwefo a mo dasuapon no wɔ America mamu Memphis
yo eti America fo ye baaye openya oda no a wote bibenkum so yi a friend of David Dr. David Rosomano ono a vice president of University of Memphis. Na me nifa so the Dr. Okanwa Okoli ono ye dean of College of Engineering. The engineering ye bibi ne sciences ne bibi a Otumfuo eni ko ho pa. Eni tina Ghana nyina akra me gidi se yet University for Science and Technology no Kumasi ha na be ye den edopi. Na da Otumfuo nyina enyem swami na.
Yeah.
Swami na ho ye practical engineering engineering university. Swami, University of Swami. University of Swami.
University of Swami.
University of Swami. University of Swami. And I ufriwa baba wa fefe ote binifa sui friend no Madam Rebecca Lawman, ono executive director for Center of International Education Services. Ona na so ye no na ukudu Memphis a omno mo jew. Ifanze obi okọ university obia no o maame no obo adwuma pa na the otwana so no Dr. Balaji ono vice provost for international affairs and the otwa Dr. Balaji so ye eja amanti e bonasu obantima Pentecost oba MPP mu dia ifuni nyina ye Jesus no oba hona media maybe I say no one yet pa ono ye
and also Kumasi High School Mr. Datus Richard Edu Jemfi ono no the colleague ne Balaji Dr. Balaji oba scholarship ya brochrin sem nyina ono dan enitina no wa. Okay. I would like to welcome you to our studios, and we will thank you for this privilege. Coming to Asante region, meeting the great king, our revered king, and then deciding to spend time with us. It's an honor, and then we appreciate it. And we say welcome to Asante region, Kumasi.
Well, the honor is mine to be with you here today. This is my first trip to the continent of Africa, and I'm delighted that my first visit is the Black Star, Ghana, and I'm so delighted to be here. The reception has been just overwhelmingly hospitable.
I would want to believe before coming here we had read extensively about Africa and probably Ghana. What influenced your decision to extend that invitation to our king, and what have you heard? What did you know about it?
Well, first of all, my experience with Ghanaians, the students that I've experienced in my academic career, the students have been outstanding. You can see where the students are so thankful for the opportunities they're given, and they take full advantage of the educational opportunity at the University of Memphis. So that spirit of seizing the moment to take the opportunity to embrace the education, to advance their career, and in turn raise their family in their home country. So that alone was a primary motivation, is seeing great partners that will fully embrace competitions and things like this. So it's a way for the world to experience some of the culture that Memphis has to offer, and we're so delighted that this was the start of deepening the relationship with Ghana, the Secretariat. We're so appreciative of the King's support as well, changing the lives of so many through this productive partnership.
Dr. Kinsajima just told us that the university has been in existence for over 100 years. Tell us about the transition.
Sure. So the university's origin was as a teacher's college, preparing teachers primarily for the elementary and secondary education. Over time, the mission of the university broadened significantly, into areas like engineering and business and the health sciences and public health and a variety of disciplines that you would expect at a comprehensive research university. So since 1912, the founding of the university, it has grown significantly to become one of the great national research universities in the United States.
Wow. And how has the African students who has been coming there to the university benefited from what they get there, the skill that they acquired from there?
Well, one thing I would say is the Ghanaian students, as well as students from all over the world, just enriching our culture and experiences for our students. Some of our students from Memphis do not come from a financially disadvantaged background. They may not have the opportunity to interact with people from all over the world. So students from Ghana and elsewhere bring such a world experience for everyone at the campus, where everyone is welcomed. One area that we've really been particularly excited about is the growing Ghanaian community in Memphis, so the students do not feel alone, although we welcome them. It is always good to have people from a common background that you're familiar with. So we have a growing Ghanaian community that we very much support and are delighted to have as part of the University of Memphis community.
Okay, so let me switch to Dr. Balaji, who is the Vice Provost for International Affairs. Good morning and welcome.
It is.
How is Ghana treating you? Is it also your first time?
Ghana, yes.
Oh, okay. How was the feeling when you finally decided you want to come back home? Want to come to Ghana, meet the king, and then have an interaction with our Ghanaian students?
We've had lots of interactions with Ghanaian students. As the provost mentioned, they've been performing very well. We always not only want to bring students, but we want them to succeed and have very good positive outcomes. A large portion of our visit here is because our partner from the GSS, Mr. Richard, has been telling us, keeping score on how many times he has visited Memphis and made sure that we reciprocate. So we were just trying to even the score a little bit.
I see. Having to deal with students from different backgrounds, having different appreciation of issues, African countries all across the globe. How is it difficult managing your office?
I don't believe it's difficult. It is interesting.
Very interesting.
It is very interesting because of the cultural backgrounds of the people. And many of them don't come just from Accra, right? They come from all over, and they come from small villages. So even among the Ghanaian students, the challenges are slightly different if they come from a urban environment versus a rural environment. And we see that not just for Ghana, from all over the world in other countries, if the students come from an urban and a more affluent background, taught in that language. And we see when students come in and have problems with the language, and 2 years later, they are making a presentation for 45 minutes in the English language, you know there is tremendous value add and progress. The same thing is true with Ghanaian students who come in first slightly nervous. It's a different country. How am I going to adapt? And then they are ambassadors of our university. They are going out and talking about how much they enjoy University of Memphis. That to me is progress, right?
So what will you tell a potential student of the university outside Ghana? You can be in the States, you can be in the UK. If you want to journey out of your country, what should go into your preparation?
Absolutely. Fantastic question, by the way. Because students have multiple options. They can decide which country they want to go to, which university in each of the countries they want to go to. And as far as our university is concerned, we are a research R1 university. Only 146 universities in the United States out of 4,500 are R1. So if you are coming to University of Memphis, you know you are coming to a university which is very, very good. And we also thanks to our administration, have been able to price the tuition so that it's more affordable for more students. Accessibility is one of the key things that we focus on to provide access to education, because education is the silver bullet that can transform people's lives, that can change the economic direction of anybody, right? And so that is the goal of the university.
All right. I want to believe many of our listeners and our viewers are asking themselves, how would they get to Memphis? What will qualify them there? But I want to give that question to Dr. Okoli, Dean of Health College of Engineering. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
When you entered, I thought you were one of us.
I am one
until Doctor introduced you, mentioned it, and I realized. Oh.
I always joke with people that once the British tells you I'm afraid, run away. in Nigeria, and I'm sure in Ghana, I'm afraid means something else from what the British will say, I'm afraid. When the British say that, the same thing, the lingua, it changes once you cross into America. Understanding what they mean and how they talk, depending on which state you are in also. There are nuances that differ from northeast, southwest of America. And being able to get inside the community helps. So what I always advise, and some people may quarrel with me, but I always advise it to all the African students that come to me. I say, if you go to church, go to an American church. If you go to a mosque, go to an American mosque. That way you kind of understand how they behave, and once you understand how they behave, you too will be able to fit in.
Right. So, Dr. Rosimano, I'll get back to you, and I'll ask now the partnership that you had with GSS, and then to Otumfuo, say to the second foundation. What is in it? What do we stand to benefit from it? Our brother has already elaborated in our local dialect, but I would want to hear from you.
Sure. It's really, I would say, a joint investment in terms of the approach, right? Because we are also, it's a comprehensive relationship, right? Undergraduate, master's students, and PhD students. So I believe the numbers are around 40 some odd undergrads, and then 112 or so graduate students. So the funding model is it's various. So for graduate students, for example, there's university support that complements the generosity of the Secretariat. And so it's really a dual commitment to ensure the student has what they need to succeed, whether they're an undergrad or a graduate student. So it really is a partnership in all senses of the word.
All right. Antifa, Marche.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what to say?
I told her.
I wanted to say.
Jumani, ye juma. Senya yakawahan. Ghana for February 2022. Na Ghana for a university. In
5. Just 2 years ago.
Yes.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
My age more 24 years. And Otumfuo by maybe Otumfuo by no. Maybe many are so far. If you say, I must say, I don't so. And I'm hot crab to make it so for a country. They said I made to
but sir, all University of Ghana any outside apart from say environment necessary. How is it differ from the teaching and the learning process? How is it differ from ours?
I think say American way of teaching focuses more on practicality. It's you be theory, you be focus on theory, you be idea book, but we are not encouraged say to think outside of the box. Say we also do originality, baby. But the students now you don't about American. We said there's a difference in sending a approach work. And America, so your time projects. And your first students need together. Normally now working on a project.
at the senior high school level. How is it going to change our environment, our society, job creation, and the industry? How is it going to bridge the gap between academia and then what we practically do within the industrial sector?
Absolutely. That I'm seeing that see through in a number of different countries, that the education system is moving towards, rather than just learning and repeating, it is about how can we prepare our youngsters for the jobs, right? Education is very critical, like I mentioned, but education should have a purpose. Most people get an education to get a job. So how can we train them in order? So that has been the fundamental change I see in a lot of countries, where the education system is being revamped, rethought, in order for it to be useful rather than just a degree.
All right. Auntie, if I'm a member of Honor Back, I'm not telling them about one bar. Medical Busa, Dr. Balaji, say, Diana, almost get me adapting them. The challenges that they go through, meaning, say, who say, oh, yeah, Ghana, the Umba Honum, the Nabambu, the Awobedino, the Aneo Pay, the Union ye. Yeah, to say, what are the stories?
Springy, Yomobai. I don't need a largest group of mobile. Omobedu near winter storm.
Wow.
And the students need to do in school near two. You see a winter storm no bar, can you do a cars in the street and so. And so Omobedu, Naya Sheshe, Yane, before Mobedu, any chrome of phone be on my volunteer. Ashe, Tomobacco Fanquara Airport, Om de Omaba, Om de Omoko shopping, no Maquaco to the Umuhia. Omuhia black, to be fun to make a enna. Here blanket, our womb. I feel Ghana for na war Memphis, no so. Nami Omo president, inti me from one. Omoba. Thomas, we had the two when him say Ghana for ne bow, Mombabua. And the Ghana for you, Omo the jackets, sweatshirts, some the buy the Beman quarry. Ghana sorry me, no so Memphis. Inti, Quarana buy, no, school in Bieno. I sorry for no beboa. School ni be no so na fe school no kwara na nkasa so ye free be a tiger family program enti ye fa America ne akwara ne a pair no with Memphis ni na just wenya obi a upe uhia bibia obekọ no wenya adamfo wenya mia a ye Memphis ni nti sane marketing kitchen nim bebre na me office here afa me office so na show mo paper no so omo I20 the friend I20 ye na eyi ma won no mo de akọ
me pacho I20 ne de
I20 ne US government krata wo de beko US embassy akọje visa nti ye ne ye ki I20 ne ma won no mo de akọje omo visa no mo bedu a ne I20 na asam nsan yo wo bedu a se ye tro ema US government ne bu bebi a wote say we go school say we buy no umfa utimbe bomu wanya paper into wire nti ye ne monitor sa nya mani na ne ye monitor no so ne ye workshops ne ye kira won say akakra mo awie say wo dwen adwuma ho nti eno so US government
kasa no mo kanyina no ade ba ko a very instructive ne say opening ebetu kwan na obako bie kwan ama
the manfo
and the manfo no baka o mention pense yenti bi da was scholarship secretariat Otumfuo tu kwan ko Memphis so okoye okofa ne amaba nenne okuda ye bay there's a big announcement I be o mention yes
from GSS and the University
of Memphis was a education said o kusua de no anya kwanya amfa anya bibia na homfa so ben pa na wo so ane ne so ba bi ewiase nyina ekono said the MPP e de share manifesto mo no bibia akoye digitization computer Memphis was some kese pa catch up him so ene yes there's a huge big announcement at Memphis ebe ya kire opem so
wow obusia ene scholarship secretariat omni Memphis University empanyufo ana obusuafo moti wo monka no ensemu a wati eden ana wo kafa ho comment section hɔnom na kyerɛ w'adwen ɛfa saa nsɛm yi ho hanom ɛyɛ Skeleton Man TV mesi ɛtɔ fam a yɛde bɛbrɛ wo nti sɛ wɔyɛ your first time a ɛnyɛ bɔ mmɔden a subscribe mia notification so kreke all no sɛne video biara yɛde bɛto mu no wɔn nso nsa bɛka no anya biara hwɛ medase bebree